how much y'all think this book is worth? Y'all may be thinking, 100, maybe 150. No, $200. This is completely and utterly outrageous. $200 just for one book. Now, every college student is paying around $500 to $2,000 a year just in books alone. Think about having that money back in your pocket. Today I'll persuade you on why colleges should be giving these books to students for free instead of having to pay all this money to the school, and alternative ways of getting books for free. All these books we are paying for can really take a toll on a person. At the beginning of every semester, a student has to make that hard decision. Should I buy my books or should I save money? According to an article in the Washington Post, textbook prices have been rising at double the rate of inflation for the past 2 decades. The Government Accountability Office released a report that showed textbook prices almost tripled from 1986 to 2004 because of the increasing cost of developing the things that now often come with the books, such as CD-ROMs, websites, and workbooks. Now, publishers today are actually revising textbooks more often than they did back in the day, which is causing less of a used book market. How do you feel after you pay for a book that costs $100? And that's just the first book of 5. I know personally that's like a shot to the heart because that's a lot of money right there. And I could be using that money in other areas such as food, living, or something more relevant to me than a pointless book that I'll probably open just a few times a semester. Now, because of the alarming price increases in books, students haven't been able to enjoy all the fun college experiences such as eating out with friends as much or going to watch that new movie. Instead, they're forced to get a job and having to work extra to pay for these books and extra expenses, which in turn puts a lot of stress on the students, causing them to juggle their social life, work, and school. Now, you could, Jennifer Libertowski of the National Association of College Stores found that nearly 60% of students nationwide choose to not buy all the course materials. Now, this is evidence of increasing prices is really taking a toll on the students having to make that tough decision whether to buy the book or not. There are several different ways that students can get their books without actually having to pay for them. First, college libraries keep copies of the most popular textbooks, which would be like history books or literature books. But usually there's a waiting list for these books because other students have the same ideas. But make sure you want to check the library first before you go run into the bookstore. Now also, professors keep copies in their office. Now, it doesn't hurt to ask a professor to lend a book, but make sure you're polite to them. And I know that professors don't want students just hounding them for books to be lended. Another option is to get textbooks online. If a book is not copyrighted, there's a possibility that it could be free online at one of the many growing web libraries such as Project Gutenberg, Google Books, or Bartleby's. Now, those websites actually allow you to download the textbook onto your laptop or phone. Now, another possibility is a student that has previously taken the class. Now, they're probably going to be a friend or someone you know, but that's always a possibility. There are several different ways that students can get their books without actually having to pay for them. Now these are some good ideas on ways that you could possibly get your textbooks for free. But I believe there's another solution that colleges could use. Colleges could loan students books for free. I'm not saying just like pass out the books to the students because they'll probably never see them again because it's college students we're talking about. They're not just going to return it on their own just with no incentive. Now I'm saying there has to be a policy on these loaning the books. I say that there should be a around $250 deposit that they have to put down first, and then they're given their books. And then at the end of every semester, they return their books and they get their $250 deposit back. But if they don't return their books, then they don't get their deposit back, and they're charged extra for the rest cost of the books. Now, also, I believe that there should be damage costs, which would be a small fee out of the deposit also, but they'll still get some of their money back. Now, I believe this could have a very positive effect on the students because it would put more money back in their pockets. Now, don't just sit by and let the bookstores rip you off of your money. Think of the other ways that you can get your textbooks at cheaper prices or for free. I've given y'all some great ideas on alternative ways of getting books. First step we need to take here is we could start a petition. Now we have to tell everybody of this new idea and convince them why this is a better policy than the current one. And the final step is to send the petition to a local representative by email or letter and tell them on why this policy is better. Now, I hope I have given y'all some very insightful and alternative ways of receiving your textbooks for free, and hoping that you can put a little bit of that cash back into your pocket. That's it.